And the reason why you want to mitigate risk, just a quick reminder on that, is because if you have the ability to move your cash flow around, and not be so vulnerable to just overhead as far as payroll, then it allows you the opportunity to make bigger decisions and move faster than your competition, which is everything, because there's 104,000 of you bad boys out there. So you got to get in there and you got to start getting creative with how do you go to market. Zach, do you want to add to that?
Yep. Especially on cash flow and mitigating risk and pushing out cash flow or taking in more cash flow. That probably could be a segment in and of itself of different ways. I mean, some high level ways is that if you're not leveraging even just something as simple as credit cards for all your tech stack, and then being able to push that in and out, that can also really help with cash flow. And then another item that can help with cash flow is billing on the front end. So many agencies miss this, where they automatically default to billing on the arrears, right, at the end of the month as opposed to the beginning of the month. And that alone can really help with cash flow, right? Some agencies also have onboarding fees, right? So even lowering, say, your overall retainer, but in favor of a higher onboarding fee, that can also help mitigate your cash flows because you're front loading the efforts. We all know that onboarding a client for any agency, the biggest lift is in the first 90 days worth of work, right? It's because you're getting access to everything. You're understanding the client. They're understanding you. You're going through process, all that good junk, right? Those are three very real, very tangible ways that you can help increase cash flow. I mean, there's dozens others, right? But I think in 2025, as Ozzy said, because it's a year where dollars were kept a lot closer to the chest and people were a lot less willing to spend, the agencies that succeeded had good sales processes, right? They both for inbound and outbound. They had good cash flow methodologies, right, for extending cash flow and obtaining more new cash flow. And they also didn't let the opportunities that did come to them just kind of fall on the floor, right? Yeah. And so, and that's we all know it's kind of business in general. So you have good years, you have bad years, right? There have been several of our agency partners where they were expecting a bad year and they're actually crushing it. They're ending the year, losing maybe a couple of their biggest clients and then ending the year with 5 new big clients. And Advertis is helping support them on the back end with some of those. So that's how we know. But some people will say that the marketing industry in general and marketing agencies are dead. They're definitely not. We're here to tell you that there's still so much money and so much interest in this, even with all the political turmoil. And we know this because even earlier this year, right after the election, a lot of our agency partners had trouble closing new business, but they were writing proposals and invoices left and right still. Right. There's still lots of people that had the budget, they had the dollars to spend, but they were just wanted to wait a little while longer before spending those dollars.
Yeah, I like to call that basically it's going to be somebody's going to open the floodgates eventually. So you've been quoting all this business. What will happen is eventually those floodgates are going to open and you're going to have a really strong few, quarter or months or whatever it is. It could be next year even, but don't lose hope because you got to work the pipeline. And so all that to say, guys, this is a lot of fun, Zach. I really like this. So I think, we got to do it again next week, right? So
Yes, that is our plan.
So for all of you listening, if you're an agency owner or you're working digitally, or even if you're someone working in corporate in marketing and you're looking to start your own agency, this is a great place to come visit us. We've worked with over 300 agencies in Advertis, and we also own a private equity consultancy where we help agencies scale, and we also help SaaS companies enter into reseller market. Our goal is to serve you well and to help you avoid some of the mistakes that we've learned along the way, right?
Yes.
So that's what we're hoping to do with this. And please give us a follow, subscribe to us. But we're excited to be a part of this with you. And we're also looking to bring on guests in the future and things like that. So we're looking forward to it. Thanks, Zach. It was fun.
Thanks, Oz.